Howdy. So we're on the road, and since the last little video thing that I did, which I haven't sort of done anything with yet, but I will, we've gone from Warrnambool to Gawler up through Portugutta, down the east side of the Eyre Peninsula, and we stopped at Tumby Bay and had a night there on a little lovely little site called Red Cliffs, I think, or Red Cliff Camp. It's like a little camp that's run by the local religious groups, communities, right on the beach, which was lovely. And then we moved on from there. That was a pretty long drive. That was about 330k, and then we moved from there down to Port Lincoln, stopped there, just had a quick little mooch around, and then we booked into the Port Lincoln National Park, a place called Richardson's Shack. We had a look around there and booked 2 nights. It was right on the cliff face, lovely sight, but very, very windy. So we drove around. The first day we set up camp, we drove around there, went around the scenic area which was called Whalers Way, which was well worth it. It was like $40 to get a ticket. It's an area that's sort of maintained by a local family, and shows a whole heap of just magnificent formations around this little peninsula, massive oceans, huge waves, huge swells. It's really, really interesting. Drove around there for an hour. The plan was to get back by sunset so we could see the sunset, but that plan did not go to according to itself. So we got back in the dark to Richardson's Shack, and had dinner. And then we decided, although we booked 2 days, it was a rainy, sort of squally night, pretty windy, and we thought, all right, let's move across to the other side of Eyre Peninsula, which was a place called Coffin Bay. And so we drove over there, and we booked in a place called Yangi Bay, which is about 20k past Coffin Bay, I think. And had a bit of a look around there, set up camp, lovely, lovely place. And then we'd arranged to have dinner with our neighbours from across the street from our house, Rick and Phil. So who happened to be holidaying in Port Lincoln. They were there for 4 days. So we caught up with him at the Boston,
I was going to say there was a nice jetty that we should have stopped.
There's a nice jetty over there. Stopped at the Boston Hotel, so we drove back in, 65k, had dinner with them, which was lovely, really nice to catch up, and then drove back in the dark. Pretty windy road at the end of it. Once you get sort of across the main highway from the east to the west of the bottom of the Eyre Peninsula, you then get into Coffin Bay, and then the windy track. It's 40 kilometres an hour, single bitumen, narrow lanes, and lots of wallabies. And we had a couple of sort of near misses. At one point, the big roo or wallaby, I'm not sure, didn't ask, came out. I had to hit the anchors, and literally, I reckon the tip of its tail would have just brushed past the bull bars. So we didn't actually collect it, which was just as well. So that was a bit of excitement. But a lovely, peaceful, calm night, still as beautiful. And then this morning, got up, quick breakfast, a little bit of a walk. Oh, that's right, yesterday we went up to, I think it was called 7 Mile Beach. So there's an off-road track that you go past. We're at Yangi. There's a large sort of national park area there, and single lane, Mel's favourite sort of thing, driving in the single lane, no knowledge of any oncoming traffic and that sort of stuff. But it was good fun. It was beautiful views.
4-wheel drive, Sam.
4-wheel drive, Sam. It's all right. It's okay. Beautiful views and what have you. We'll put some pictures in. So that was yesterday. We didn't go all the way up. We'd spoken to a chap who was, as we sort of were about to head in there, and I only had quarter of a tank of fuel, although it's only like about 60k in there. So a quarter of a tank is about good for 180 odd, and I've got another 20 litres in the jerry. But Melanie kind of insisted on taking the jerry can with us. But this guy sort of had spent the night out on that sort of precipice, if you will. And reckon it was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So we
But a 3-hour drive.
yeah. So we weren't going to do the full 3-hour drive, but he'd spent the day there the night before, or the night there the day before, one of the two. And so we decided to go, and I think it was well worth it, wasn't it? Really, it was well worth it.
Nice.
It was nice. So this morning we sort of quick breakfast, packed up, and we headed back out through Coffin Bay and then turned left, and we're heading sort of northwest up towards, well, the destination is Purlubi Beach, which is just past Streaky Bay, which is just past Elliston, and we've just left Elliston now, stopped for a coffee and a hot chocky and a jelly slice, which was quite nice. Lovely views, a little peaceful little town, without being overtaken by a Land Rover, typical bloody Land Rovers. Mind you, I'm doing 70k, so. And yeah, so we've got about an hour and a half away from Purlubi Beach, where we'll camp right on the beach, wave at the oncoming traffic. Yeah, we'll send updates from there. But we've got 2 nights there, which will be very, very nice. Nice to have sort of 2 days in one spot. I don't think we stayed 2 nights in one spot as yet, other than Warrnambool. Yeah, so be nice. Even though this new van, its setup is 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe 10 minutes. So and pack up as well. I mean, the thing that sort of normally takes you the longest is actually, unless there's both of us helping each other, is actually hooking up the trailer, reversing back to it, and getting the coupling right on the pin. So I did that this morning. It only took me about 5 minutes. With Melanie, it would have taken 30 seconds. But anyway, done. So yes, we'll send updates shortly.